Let me ask you something. How many times have you already checked your phone today? If you're anything like me, the answer is probably a lot, right? But what's the real cost of being plugged in all the time? Well, today we're going to pull back the curtain, go way beyond the likes and shares, and really dig into the hidden side of social media, all based on some pretty eye-opening research.
So here's our game plan for this explainer. First, we'll talk about what this social media shadow even is. Then we'll get into the mental toll it takes and zoom out to see how society is being influenced. But, and this is important, it's not all bad news. We'll talk about finding a balance and wrap up with how you can reclaim your own attention.
All right, first up, the social media shadow. So what is that exactly? You hear the term thrown around, but what does it actually mean? Well, it points to this basic conflict at the heart of the platforms we use every single day. Let's get into it.
And this question, right here, really cuts to the chase. What's the true cost of a like? It seems so simple, so harmless. But behind every single notification, every scroll, there's this hidden economy chugging along. And the currency? It's not just our data. A lot of the time, it's our own well-being.
So here's the official definition. It's really about the negative, psychological, emotional, and social effects from using these platforms too much or in an unhealthy way. Kind of weird, right? It's this crazy paradox. The very tools built to bring us all closer together can end up making us feel more stressed, more hooked, and always measuring ourselves against some perfect, impossible standard.
Okay, so now let's bring this right down to a personal level. The mental toll. How does all this constant online stuff actually impact you? Your mind, your emotions?
And here it is. This is what we call the comparison trap, and it's a big one. On one side, you've got your real life, the everyday stuff, the struggles, the good and the bad. But on the other side, you've got their highlight reel, just the perfect, curated moments. And we're constantly stacking our messy reality up against their polished perfection. That gap, that's where so much anxiety and self-doubt comes from.
Now you gotta understand, this isn't some accident. It's totally intentional. Social media platforms are designed to be addictive. Every little notification, every like, every comment, it's engineered to trigger a tiny dopamine release in your brain. The infinite scroll, the little red dots, it's all a feature, not a bug, designed to keep you coming back for more.
And this feeling of addiction can really sneak up on you. I mean, do any of these signs ring a bell? Checking your phone every few minutes? Feeling kind of restless or anxious if you don't have internet? Losing sleep because you're scrolling late into the night? Or maybe feeling like you need that online approval to feel good about yourself. These are all major warning signs that a casual habit might be turning into something more like a dependency.
All of this feeds into this huge, powerful feeling that basically defines our digital age. FOMO, the fear of missing out. You know that feeling, right? That constant nagging sense that everybody else is out there living better, more fulfilling lives. And social media is like pouring gasoline on that fire. It creates this endless cycle where you have to check in, just in case you miss something important.
Okay, so we've talked about the individual impact, but these struggles, they don't just happen in a bubble. When you take these personal issues and multiply them by, billions of users, they start to have a massive effect on society as a whole. Let's zoom out and take a look at that bigger picture.
Think about your data footprint. Every single thing you do online, where you go, what you search for, who you're connected to, it's all being collected. That information, that is the real product. It gets packaged up and used for super targeted ads or even shared with who knows who. It basically turns our private lives into a product. And that brings up some really big questions about privacy. And then there's the whole anonymity thing. The internet can feel like a shield, right? It can fuel some really nasty behavior, cyberbullying, trolling, harassment. And this isn't just, online drama. It has serious real-world consequences for victims, leading to emotional trauma and making people want to withdraw from social life altogether.
So how does fake news spread so fast? Well, here's the playbook. It starts with some kind of sensational content. The algorithm sees people are clicking and sharing, so it pushes it to more people. Engagement is prioritized way over accuracy. And what happens? False information just spreads like wildfire, often way faster than the actual truth. And it can be used to manipulate public opinion.
This whole problem gets even worse because of something called echo chambers. See, the algorithm is smart. It learns what you like, what you agree with, and it just keeps feeding you more and more of the same. It builds these invisible walls around you, blocking out different viewpoints. And over time, that doesn't just reinforce your own biases, it actively fuels the deep social and political divisions we see everywhere.
Okay, wow. After hearing all that, it would be really easy to just feel like it's all doom and gloom. But is the only solution to just, delete everything and go live in a cabin in the woods? Well, that brings up a really important question.
Is social media all bad? Honestly, the answer is a definite no. I mean, let's be real. These platforms can be incredible tools for connecting with people, for learning new things, for raising awareness about important causes. The problem isn't the tool itself, it's all about how we use it. Finding that balance is the key.
So if it's all about balance, how do we actually find it? Let's wrap this up with the most important part, a practical guide. Some real actionable steps you can start taking, like right now, to reclaim your attention and build a much healthier relationship with social media.
Think of this as your personal toolkit for taking back control. Step 1. Set daily time limits. Seriously. Step 2. Turn off those notifications you don't really need. Step 3. Unfollow accounts that just make you feel bad. Step 4. Take regular breaks, a digital detox. And Step 5, maybe the most important, focus on real-life interactions. Each one of these steps helps you shift from just being a passive user to being the one who's actually in charge of your digital world. Because at the end of the day, the ultimate goal is this. Use social media, don't let it use you. It should be a tool that makes your life better, not something that controls your time, your attention, or how you feel.
And I want to leave you with this final thought. Your worth is not measured by likes, and your life is not defined by a screen. It's such a powerful reminder to ground yourself in the real world, not in the endless scroll.
Let me ask you something. How many times have you already checked your phone today? If you're anything